Hello, entrepreneurs. Joe DeCharity here again with another amazing segment of how to win at business. And yesterday I went through the mnemonics of what win stands for. So if you want to know what win means, watch yesterday's episode. Anyway, the name is Joe DeCharity. I am the founder of Bedrock Business Builders and BedrockUniversity.com. And I am using Wen's group here, Haley Gray's group, the Women's Entrepreneur Network. Oof, it's Friday night. Sorry, folks. And I am also the founder of Bedrock Business Builders Facebook group, which, to be honest with you, I didn't know what I wanted to talk about tonight. And, it dawned on me that we're approaching over almost 800 members in the group now. And this wasn't even an idea of mine in October when I met Haley Gray. And I interviewed her for my university. So she actually has a course up on my university. If you go to bedrockuniversity.com and you pay the one-time $97 fee, one of the courses you'll see up there is for Haley, and she will show you exactly how she built a tremendous Facebook group. She's got over 65,000 active members, and I'm one of the active members, and there's a lot of stuff going on, and she's got a lot of ancillary businesses that she's branching off, spinning off from there. So it's pretty powerful. It's powerful to have a group. It's powerful to have any kind of following. And I've been watching Haley over the last, several months, and I'm just reminded of a quote that Tony Robbins said: "If you want to learn how to do something, find somebody that does it, and then copy what they do." It's a pretty simple formula. So he said, if you want to learn how to become a marksman, see what those people that become marksmen do, and then do that. And it makes sense, but it's not always that easy. You see, it takes work. It takes work, people, and that's what I see Haley doing. And I decided, just like I decided when I was 17 and my father told me that CPAs, run businesses, so I decided I was going to be a CPA, right? I never changed my mind. Not once. I didn't know that meant I was going to be an accountant, but that's another story. But once I met Haley, and we connected on a lot of different levels. We have the same mindsets, a lot of the same beliefs, and when she laid out for me what she did to build her group, I made a decision to start my own group right then and there, because I had the formula and it was simple. And what I do for businesses is I take any business that seems complicated, between all of the government, IRS compliance, and then you got to worry about marketing and social media. Now, I have the ability to take all that mass confusion and information and make it as simple as possible. So that's what I offer people for their business. I don't care what business you're in. If you're thinking about going into a business, I make it simple, profitable, and fun. That's my objective. So when I met Haley and I said, that's pretty simple, but here's where people fall off. And just because it's simple doesn't mean it's easy. In fact, nothing is easy when it comes down to it. Life is tough. Life is tough. And it was a line in a book called A Road Less Traveled. And I'll never forget that. What he said was, in the first paragraph, he said, life is tough. Once you can accept that, you can actually start enjoying life. Because if you think it's just going to be tough for you, you're mistaken. It's tough for everyone. And if you can't accept that, well, that's tough. It's tough that you don't like that it's tough, but that's the fact. And like I keep saying, that's my story. I'm sticking with it. But the idea is to get everything into simple, manageable terms so that you can actually achieve some of these things that seem like unachievable. You know, somebody might look at Haley's group and say, "Oh my God, she's got 65,000 people and it's growing like wildfire." And then you see other people that got 100,000 and 200,000. And then you see some of these Twitter people with, I don't know how many followers, but there's power in that. That becomes its own business sometimes. That can become a revenue model. So if it's so simple, then how come not everybody's doing it? Because like I said, it's simple, but it's not easy. But I'm one of those people that I'm not afraid of doing the work. Just make it simple for me. Tell me what I got to do, as long as it's within my skill set and my budget. And as long as I believe that this is going to happen, and she's got the group, I see it, and then I saw what she was doing. So it is simple. So I knew that if I just follow these few simple steps, I can have something special. And now, only a few months later, we're going on almost, we're at like 795 now. And I remember looking at that when I was at like 100, and then I was like, I can't wait to get to 200. And then it was like, oh my, we're almost at 500. And every time we hit one of those numbers, now I'm like, we're going to be in 4 digits. We're going to be looking at 1,000 soon. We're going to be looking at 1,000. But it seems like every time I hit one of those plateaus, it's okay, we hit that. What's the next one? After 1,000, maybe it'll be 5,000, then it'll be 10,000. So you got to keep striving. You know, that's something that's ingrained in me. You don't ever want to settle. And I know Haley, she's at 65,000. I don't think she's slowing it down. So the first thing that I knew that I had to do, if I wanted to create a large following, not only a following, but a following an active following that is going to purchase my products and services, a following that is going to refer people to me because they're not just following me for fashion trends. They're following me because they believe what I say and they believe that I'm going to help somebody that they know. So how does this happen? Because she didn't get 65,000 members in a couple of months. It took years. And that might deter some people saying, oh, well, it might take years. Well, if I started 2 or 3 years ago, I might have 100,000 members right now. But I know if I continue on this simple path that I've created. I mean, she laid out some of the ideas and the tools that I can use, but then it's up to me to use them. So let me go through the secret, because it's not a secret. Yeah, and what you find out here, folks, is that none of this stuff is a secret. Everybody's looking for the secret. What's the secret sauce? Here's the secret. Make it simple and do the work. Make it simple, take action, and do it. That's it. So if you're willing to do the work, anything is possible. Believe me, anything is possible. there's a couple of other ingredients you need there, like a mastermind. You need a focus, and it's like I said, I can make it fairly simple for you, but let's take one component at a time. One component of a business is the need to have a constant stream of new prospects. Now, if you've heard my story, I was always able to get clients. I get clients, I get big clients, and I, make decent money. But then you lose a big client, and what are you going to do? Well, now you take a step back because I did not have that sales funnel. I did not have that process. Okay, and now I found the component to be part of my process. And let me tell you what she told me. And this goes for everything. It doesn't matter if you want to get a Twitter following, a LinkedIn group. It's the formula works for every platform. Okay, and once you find your platform, then all you got to do is a few simple things. Number one is you got to have valuable content. You can't be putting garbage up there. Okay, so when I put stuff up there, it's most of the time it's stuff that I've used, that I've taught in the past, that people have already told me that it's valuable. Some of the stuff people might not want to hear about, but it's still valuable to other people. Like if I'm talking about the need to do a budget and giving tools for budgeting, because the fact is that some of the stuff that has to be done in a business is not fun. It's not sexy. Okay? And that's where the people fall off, because they want to do the fun, sexy stuff. But it doesn't work like that. And you can't always hire somebody to do some of the unsexy stuff. You want to try if you can, but I'm going to tell you what happened with me with some of this stuff that I didn't think was sexy and fun. So, I had plenty of content. I've been writing for years. I have blog posts, I have ebooks, and if I don't have something, I could actually create something, like what happened with the coronavirus. I did a lot of research, and it provided the information that had to be up there. And I got a lot of attention. I got a lot of traction, not only from people that saw me in my groups, but they saw me speaking in other groups and masterminds, and then they asked me to speak in their groups and address the situations. So if you start getting a picture here, I'm in Facebook and I'm doing these lives because this is one of the things that Haley said to do. You do these lives, people are watching. Okay? So I have the content, I'm delivering it. The next thing she told me is you gotta be consistent. If you've noticed, I've been on here at either 8 or 8:30 every night. I've made it a habit of going on with something. Okay, now sometimes I might have a guest. Sometimes I'll have a PowerPoint, presentation where I'm all ready to go. And other nights like tonight where I just said, you know what, I just want to talk about this because Haley is actually doing an enhanced camp right now. She's doing a training that her, Jenny Wright, Allison Lex, and Jason Wright have been planning for weeks. It's been all over the place here. I've been trying to help them promote it because it's really great content. And Haley's actually going to she's talking about this stuff. So the first thing you got to do is you got to have the valuable content. And then you got to be consistent. Now, it could be once a week. I had an opportunity. Haley asked me if I wanted to go every night and when, and it's a great opportunity. Think of all the new people that I might connect with and all the new people that might join my Facebook group, Bedrock Business Builders, because we don't do the same thing. We don't do the same thing. So the two different groups, two different purposes. And then the last thing is to be responsive. You know, it's not just enough to have a group and invite people and get them to post stuff and to comment. That's not enough. And if you watch what Haley does, I try to emulate what she does. She is on lives all the time. That's one of her methods. That's how she built it up to 65,000. She had 5-day challenges. She does a lot of stuff in the group. But when somebody asks Haley a question in the group, and I know Haley's schedule, she does not have time to waste just answering, you know, idle, miscellaneous Facebook questions. But she'll go in there and she'll actually answer anybody's question that has responded to something that she's posted. So you got to be responsive. Now, what I've learned in the short time of doing this, I am getting followers. And it's not just in my group. It's on my YouTube channel. It's on my other Facebook page. So all I've done is follow Haley's simple formula. I came up with the platform. I got comfortable doing these lives. Okay, I love doing this. I love teaching people. And it became a system. It's become a system. And once you keep doing something over and over again, I don't know how many times they say, you know, 28 days, I think, it becomes a habit. Well, this is just about become a habit for me. And I see my group growing. I see the interactions growing in the group. And it could all stop. It'll all stop. If I stop showing up, if I stop responding to my members, if I stop doing the little things that I'm doing, you know, you can never find one big thing that's going to do it. You know, I wish I could just do one thing and get 10,000 members in my, not just members, but active, contributing members. That it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And if it did happen overnight, you don't have I wouldn't have a connection with all of those people. So it's a slow go. And I make unbelievable connections. I connected with a gentleman today, Garrett, and I'm not going to reveal his name because I'm going to interview him next week on this platform. I don't know if it's going to be at 8 o'clock or we're going to do a separate thing. But the guy is successful, very interesting. He's got a lot of stuff to share and teach. Just our initial conversation, I had to cut it off because I said, I'm going to waste all this stuff that I want to learn from you in the interview. And that's basically it, folks. You know, it's very, very simple. It's not easy. And I'm never going to change that. It's never going to get easy. Okay, but if you're willing to put the work in, be consistent, you know, don't just create a group because you want to create a group. Create a group because you have something valuable to share, and then share it with those people. And that's how you start getting raving fans. And it works. It works, and I see the results already in just a couple of months. It works. And I can only imagine 3, 4, 5 months from now how many members we're going to have. And it's not even the numbers. It's the quality of the connections that we're making. And it's not just with me. I see other people in the group connecting with each other. And that's what it's all about. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. Joe DiChiara, over and out. Visit my website, bedrockbusinessbuilders.com. Visit my university at bedrockuniversity.com. And please, if you want, if you're a little confused, if you're a little overwhelmed, I can help you simplify everything. Just book a free chat with me. Go to timewithjoe.com, and I'd be more than happy to help you. That's what I'm here for. No obligation. I have nothing to sell. I am just here to help make it simple for you. If I can make it simple for you, maybe you can start making a little bit more money, and then maybe you can start having fun like I am. All right. God bless you. Over and out. I will be back tomorrow. Thank you.